welcome back, guys, from that commercial. And now let's continue the gist here. It's been getting interesting in the studio. Trust me, behind the scenes is crazy. Now, before we went on the break, Miss Faith here was talking about the fact that your salary ranges between 10,000 to 20,000 naira, and then you're saying something like the employers should allow private school teachers to possibly sell whatever it is they do, maybe amongst themselves, or to kids, as the case may be, pastries and all that. So, do you really think that can work?
It can. There should be a limitation to that, as in a boundary to it.
More like a limitation.
A limitation to that, a boundary to it. As in, during break, you can go on with your sales. For that period, we don't have any teaching going on for that time. We don't have any good thing, any work at our day. So that break period should be set aside for staffs to do their businesses in the school.
But Ms. Faye, do you guys really agree with this? Can this work?
It can work.
So why?
That is a school environment.
Okay.
Suppose everything you are doing there should be formal.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Now you want your employees to give you time for you to start working from class to class to go and sell your things. It doesn't work that way.
She's proposing break period.
School. I won't allow you to do that.
Mr. Tega, will you allow your staff to do
what I can allow you to do, if I'm your employer, is bring it to the school. If anybody is interested, after close, let the person come and meet you in your class. That's all.
After school hours. Mr. Tega, will you allow that as an employer? Let's ask the man here.
I totally disagree with her.
Okay, you won't allow
her.
Okay. Yeah, so you won't allow?
No.
I will not allow
your staff to do that.
To do.
What if it's a staff that you're paying 10,000 naira?
The amount is not
the issue.
What determines the salary of a private school teacher is the population of that school.
And the school fees.
And all that. That's what determines the salary of a private school teacher.
Sure.
Now, you doing business by selling your goods, biscuits and all that in school environments. It's not a welcome development.
Sounds like a distraction.
For example, these teachers, when these people come to school in the morning, the first thing they do, they first of all say this thing to the children. During the break assembly time, you see children with Zobo biscuits. I'm speaking from experience.
Zobo, for those who don't know what Zobo. Yeah.
This local,
locally made drinks. Okay, there's a particular leaf, they call it Zobo leaf here, and they make juice out of it. So it's very nice anyway. I take it as well.
So I will not encourage any teacher.
Okay.
If you want to do your business, do it outside the school premises.
Okay,
whether
so
it's break time or not, don't go to the school.
So we may want to agree that it's not nice for us to do a sale.
It's not like it's not nice to sell.
It's not right.
It's not right to sell.
Okay, so don't let it interfere with your job in the school. That's why something eatable in the school premises. Let it be the first thing you do when you come to school, and don't allow the children to leave their class to come out. That's why some schools they don't allow pupils to come outside to buy stuff like biscuit and all that, because they will tell you they want to use the restroom, and from there
they'll just. The next question I really want to dive to: how possible is it in this economy, Nigeria today? What can you said between 10 to 20,000 naira? She said between 15 to 35,000 naira.
And let's say 35.
Yeah, 30. You said so. Okay, to 30.
Yeah.
To 15 to 35, and then he is like, let's say specifically around 30. So now with that amount of money as a private school teacher, especially for those who cannot afford other side hustles, how do you manage this money? Maybe in just 30 seconds, how do you really manage your? Do you need to have maybe like a husband for the girl? For the man, how do you do it?
The truth is, if you're really going to tell yourself I'm going to depend on private school salary, you're on the long road. For me, what I call my side hustle is doing private tutoring for some kids. So after school, I go for my private tutoring on weekend. I go for that. I like to interfere with my schoolwork. So for me, that's what I would say is my side hustle. And since the period of the lockdown, thankfully, it's what I've been doing that has been keeping me on. So I can't imagine how I'm going to survive without.
We'll definitely come back to what we have been doing so far to sustain after now. Don't touch it. So welcome back. We're going to continue the conversation from where we dropped it off. I still have the teachers here with me in the studio, and trust me, we've been having a heated conversation here. So now I want to take this to another direction. We're talking about the fact that fine, the money's being paid to each and every teacher out there in the private sector, specifically now, may not necessarily be a take home, like you said. The money doesn't even take you home, maybe to your junction. I mean, where does it take you to?
It takes me along the road.
To the school gate.
Along the road.
Some people say there's a school gate and
It ends there.
Along the road.
Okay, now so it actually doesn't take some people home like they would want to say take home pay at the end of the month. But now for 4 months now, things have been shut down, no salaries. Now we're going to go through to this direction. What exactly have they all been doing in these 4 months? You already made mention of the fact that you've been doing your private lessons. So I'm going to ask Madam Faith here now, what exactly have you gone into business? What exactly have you been doing? Or you've just been at home waiting and praying for COVID-19 to go away?
Wow. Let me laugh because I'm a cashier, not really a teacher. I'm a professor in a private school. So I've been thinking of going into this private lesson, but my school parents, they believe a bossa don't have any relationship with teaching.
The classroom.
Yeah, so maybe they assume I don't know how to teach. Then my last salary was paid March, and it was spent as in during the rush over.
The lockdown.
Preparing for lockdown, we spent everything. And even if I have many business ideas, but we need money to fund it. When there's no money, your idea become useless. Yeah, your ideas become
She just said something very powerful. Now, when there is no money, I think capital now,
yeah,
your ideas are useless.
Yes.
Now, let me come to Mr. Tika. What exactly have you been doing in this 4 months? You are an Empower volunteer, but you said you have your business on your phone. Can you maybe clarify that so that we understand? Because, you know, where we are, when you talk about having a business on your phone, several ideas, if you know what I mean, starting with the letter Y. I can't mention the word. So if I say Y, you already know. So what exactly is this business all about? Yes, tell us.
First and foremost, let me say why. This thing started since March.
Okay.
And from that time till June, the federal government has been doing well, paying us our salary.
Okay.
Then my business, I'm into lending of money.
Okay.
That's what I do for a living as a businessman. That was I do my business on phone, not really that Yahoo stuff. Now when you call me, I will say, okay, I will not be chance this week. Next week.
You prepare what the person wants.
Yes.
Okay.
Or with my phone, during the break period, I will just, how much do you want? What do you have? See my condition. If you meet up my condition, so time come, me my barrister and all that, we sign the agreement.
Get your money. Okay, that's a good one. And like you said, is it just the private lessons, Sonia?
Yes, just a private lesson for now.
And it's been enough, they pay well?
Not really enough, but just like she said, if you have a business idea and you don't have capital, it's useless. I really have a lot of business ideas. I need a huge capital.
So at the end of the day, I think we're still going to go back to the fact that the government will need to help the teachers in the private sector. I'm sure everyone listening, watching would want to agree with me on this, because I don't think there's any. Have you heard of any place you can actually go to as a private school teacher to access loans? Because you know, it's for most of these loans I've heard about, you have to be into agro, that's agric, maybe one form of agriculture thing or the other. But for a teacher, a private school teacher, we've not even seen access to funds as low as 50K, 100,000 naira, and you know the likes, for them to be able to come up with maybe a petty trade or something. So I feel at this point in time, the government too will have to consider looking at teachers in the private sector. Now, we'll wrap up this session with 2 questions in mind. Number 1, how deep is your love? People ask this question. If your love for teaching or the profession in the school sector, private school sector, private or public as the case may be, teaching is teaching. So let's now draw a line there. So how deep is your love for teaching for the next generation? That's the first question. If your love is that deep, you will stick through this pain. Like she rightly said, nobody planned for this. Nobody saw this coming. Even governments totally taking unawares. We're not talking about Nigeria only. We're talking about a problem that's happening all across countries in the world. Now, the next thing I want to ask you to leave you today is, when this whole thing blows over as a teacher going forward, if you go back to your 15,000 naira job or even your 100,000 naira teaching job, what plans are you going to put in place to see that something like this doesn't take you unawares as an individual? She rightly said some persons they didn't save. We're not talking about one particular important thing, saving. I know it's difficult to save from the meager that we're being paid, true. But we can, as much as possible, try. So I really want to see us develop ourselves as individuals, and of course we are appealing to proprietors and proprietresses to please be more humane. Consider these people your field workers. Without them, like she said, there is no you. Without their input, there is no 1 million naira coming to your account. So try to slash that 1 million naira. If you can spread 800,000 naira across, you as an individual going with 200,000 naira, I think that's fair. You don't need to cut away everything for yourself. Last, my people, school no be scam. And if you're in this sector, you have to keep hope alive. Thank you very much to my lovely guests for coming. Thank you, Sonia.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Tager. And Miss Faith, thank you. It was an interesting one. We can't do the handshake because of the coronavirus pandemic. So this is what we're advised to do. So let's try it. Okay, yeah, the elbow shake. So let's do this. Yeah, okay. And then, yeah. So guys, you've heard it all from my guests on the program Inside Life with Sonia today. Pretty interesting and revealing session, I must say. But most importantly, it is very touching to know that a lot of people out there in the private sector, when it comes to teaching, are doing poorly when it comes to the stipends they go on with monthly. I really feel we should do better than this. But however it is, like I said before, if you're in this profession, it is passion. You must keep that passion going. I know very well that the coronavirus pandemic is something temporary. I have the faith. Yeah, call me what's the word now? Call me a believer, yeah. I don't mind, but yeah. I have the faith that this whole thing is going to blow away, definitely. So my heart's out to all private school teachers out there. Keep the faith going, and somehow, somewhere, someone may reach out to you. It could be an individual, it could be the government, it could be your church, it could even be your school. Like one of my studio guests said, a proprietor didn't even reach out to her. I just hope that we could be more human to share in the pain we all go through. And that's it on this episode of Inside Life with Sonia. Of course, it's also here on the YouTube channel Black Empress TV. All you have to do to keep up with interview sessions like this one, even more crazy ones coming through, is to just click on the subscribe button down there. Keep your notifications button turned on. You can like, comment, share your opinions down there on the comment section, and we will definitely get to chat up together. Thanks a lot, guys. Work with us again. Bye.